right. So I am here live, and as some of you may see, I have the chat disabled because I don't want to have to worry about looking at that, and I just want to be able to talk um, and not have to deal with all of that. I'm going to wait and see if a few more people come in because what I have to say, um, I really don't want to have to repeat, or I don't want people coming in and just getting half of it. So, give it a couple more minutes. So as we know, this week, just a few days ago, we had someone in our community who passed away. And it is very sad. Um, my heart goes out to her friends, both online and in real life. No matter how you look at this situation, it is not a good situation. I put a video up of MFW calling little B, little Rosie, a con. She did say, I will give her credit, that she knew she was sick, but she had to tell the truth. She had to tell how she was feeling about it, or, it just wouldn't be her. So during this whole process, MFW is calling little Rosie a con. Well, yeah, she was sick and she was sweet, but she's conned everyone out of money. You know, that she was basically this liar. I mean, her words, who gives a sweet person money? A sweet person's like that. A sweet person's a person who's a con. Okay, I've had people come at me saying, oh, it's not the time. It's not the time. It's not the time. When little Rosie was alive, she didn't want any of this addressed because of the fact that she knew people who would continually make it harder on her. And no one wanted things to be harder for little Rosie because she was already going through the most difficult thing in her life. Now, my point is, when I go to my Twitter, I see things that I cannot even phantom or imagine people saying. But I am getting eaten alive because of the fact that I am so disrespectful that I put up what MFW said. I've been told, Katie said she was sorry. MFW said she was sorry. Okay, and the point being, she should have never drug a sick person in the first place. but you don't see that what she did was wrong. A lot of you don't. Some of you do, yes, but a lot of you don't. And you come in and you want to sit and say, oh, well, Katie said she was sorry. Or Katie said she was sorry. Well, you know what? Let me say something. You can only say you're sorry so many times, and it doesn't mean anything. And here's the thing. Katie said she was sorry. Okay. What does that mean now? What does her saying, I'm sorry, mean at this point? It didn't fix anything, her saying she was sorry. Maybe it made her feel better. But do you think for all the months since Katie, STS, Tefler, Mama Bear, since all of them started this, do you think that while little Rosie was alive, she felt good? Do you think that she felt happy? I guarantee you she did not. I guarantee you she, on top of dealing with the fact that she knew she was passing, she was also dealing with a community that's crazy. Yeah. Who does that to someone? Who sits and looks at pictures and tries to figure out if they're real or if they're fake on her? Who sits and says somebody is a con because they needed money for their medical treatment? Does Katie know the laws in every state of the United States? I don't think she does. I know I don't. But my point being is, it should have never happened. But you want to turn around and slam someone for putting it out there? I feel that what we're dealing with at this point in time is a lot of people who are angry, and they should have the right to express how they feel. They should have the right to stand up for little Rosie, which is what she didn't want people to do when she was alive. But once she was gone, and that's what I intend on doing. People say, don't do this, it doesn't show love. I want to say to you that no, you are completely wrong. It does show love. It shows that there were people out here like me who realize that little Rosie was put through hell day and night and questioned, and things were done to her that should have never been done to her, ever. And those people who have done this, I don't really think they are sorry. In fact, I know some of them aren't sorry because I've seen the comments that they've made on Twitter. I think that right now, what we're dealing with is, you know, it's just a bunch of sanctimonious bullshit. I mean, people just want to they automatically see this and they want to jump on this bandwagon. Hop off the bandwagon. Realize this lady, this sweet, loving lady, was alive, and she came into our community because of the fact that she wanted a place to go, something to do. But just like everything else in this, everything else that has to do with YouTube, she couldn't do that. Why? Because of the sick people out there who have to question, of the sick people out there who have to drag, the sick people out there who have to make it their mission and who have laughed and said that they enjoy doing it to people. Then they turn around and they try to say, well, she was dragged in Pirates uh, chat. Oh, I beg to differ. She was never dragged when she came into Pirates chat. ever. And I can guarantee you that Pirate keeps everything. Okay? So, for those of you who want to try to pull that card, try another one. But my point here is, we have we have people saying some of the most hurtful things still. You know, and none of the things should have even been said to begin with. None of it. None of it should have been said. Why? Tell me why this community is so sick that they had to do this. Tell me why this community is so sick that they had to drag a woman. That's the question. And for all of you who are saying, oh, this is not the right time, this is not the right time, none of it was the right time. It should have never happened in the first place. None of you should have been doing what you were doing. And if you can't understand that, there's a problem. If you can't understand that STS sitting on the porch is she dead yet? Is she dead yet? How horrible is that? I hope and I pray that little Rosie did not see that. I hope she never saw that. But I bet she did. Then you have Mama Bear over there just talking all kinds of horrible things. You have Tefler who's saying she conned people out of money. She got her coin. She died just like the rest of us are going to. What? Are you serious? Are you serious? And I put up a video that shows one of the moments in time that little Rosie had to endure. One little snippet of tons of things that she had to endure while she was alive. And you all want to, I can't say all, I'll take that back. Quite a few of you who just so happened to hang out in MFW's chat want to scream and yell. Katie said she was sorry. Katie said she was sorry. She didn't, she should be forgiven. Really? It seems like that only works with Katie and a few others. That's what I see. If I were to have had a live stream and I had said anything like that, I would have been hung. I would have been hung out to dry. But Katie says it, and that makes it oh so okay, right? Is that what we're saying? Is that how the world goes? So do we just need a whole bunch of MFWs on here? Is that what it is? We need a whole bunch of STSs on here. I am completely I'm I'm just like I'm speechless. You know, I'm speechless at the way that everyone is handling themselves. But I'm even more speechless at the fact that I can't express to you how much it hurts me knowing that little Rosie, while she was alive, wanted to come to this community and she wanted a place to be. And instead of being able to just be, she was drug and she was torn and she was picked to pieces. She was analyzed. People had to see her paperwork. That was her own personal life. That was her own personal business. And not a damn one of you should have been able to have seen any of it. It makes me sick. So, no, I do not give MFW a pass because she says she's sorry. No, I do not give STS any passes. Have you seen the things they've said? Have you seen the things they're continuing to say? If you haven't, you should probably go check it out. For anybody who has a true heart and is not evil, they would understand why some of us in this community happen to be a little upset over what happened. And why we are continuing to be upset because of the things that are still being said. I sit here and I try to collect my thoughts, and I'm trying not to be angry. Throughout this whole thing, I've tried to stay calm and not get angry with the complete, just complete people being imbeciles. And I've just continued to try to be calm and not say anything back. You know, if people want to say this is for views, well, you know, think what you want, but it's not. And for those who just want to continue to say it, well, I'm going to come right out and say it. Fuck you. This is me showing that I care. This is me standing up for someone who cannot stand up for themselves. Little Rosie's gone. But yes, this community is still here, and this community is still showing nothing but hate. Now, I'm not wanting to show hate, but I did want to show look what little Rosie had to put up with. Just one of many, many, many things she had to put up with while she was alive. And shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on any of you. If you looked at and seen all the people trash talking her in that live stream, and now you want to come back and you want to cry and boo-hoo? Seriously? Is that how it works? Let's just say whatever the fuck we want to say now, and that makes it okay. Oh no, wait a minute. Nope, that's not for everybody now, is it? That's only for a select few. That's only for a select few. You can call somebody every name in the book. You can be as mean and evil as you want to, but if you say I'm sorry, that just makes it all okay. Well, I don't know about you, but I was taught not to say those things in the first place. And I'm human. I've made mistakes. I make mistakes on a daily basis, but I still try to think about how it's going to affect the person. People, they don't care. Because you see, that's, if you want to talk about somebody who wants to do something for views, that's Katie. That's what her whole program's about. MFW's whole program is about getting views off drama, off hurting someone. And she says she knows facts. Well, let me tell you, I can tell you several things she said just as of recently in the last week that are factual, as she puts it. And I know 100,000% that they're not. All I'm asking is for people to stop and think. Stop and think about the fact that this community, this community has so many people in it that do want to cause harm and have caused harm. And it's sad. It truly is. And the harm that was given to little Rosie can't be taken back. Think about that for a minute. And you must realize everyone grieves in a different manner. Everyone. Everyone grieves differently. And part of the anger process, or part of the grieving process, is anger. So, for those of you who want to hate me, I don't care. I don't care if you hate me. You know, this stream isn't about me. This stream is about the fact that in the last few days, I have seen so much anger and hurt, and it makes me want to just throw up. And if you feel like I'm talking to you, then maybe I am. So, I guess my point in all this is stop and think before you speak, no matter who you are. Because one day, the person that you're speaking about may not be here anymore. And then you're going to be left with feeling, if you're human, bad about the things that you said. And then for other people who don't care, they don't feel bad. But there's a name for that. So if you want to come to my video and you want to write something about now's not the time, yada, 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 it was never the time. It was never the time to drag little Rosie while she was alive. I'm standing up for little Rosie in her death. And when you come to my page, I have shown everyone respect. The last comment was the first time I used a curse word. And now, you know what? I used one of the same phrases that MFW used. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. How many times have we heard that? Oh, but it wasn't okay for me to say it. It wasn't. You know why it wasn't okay for me to say it? Because I'm not MFW. So again, my heart goes out to little Rosie. My heart goes out to little Rosie's family. My heart goes out to all of her online friends who had, a very close contact with her, and for even those who didn't speak to her on a daily basis. My heart goes out to anyone who suffers from this terrible disease called cancer. And I am by no means trying to disrespect little Rosie's memory. I'm trying to stand up and help speak for little Rosie because she can't do that anymore. She can't speak for herself. And I hope you all can understand that. Instead of being angry at me for posting something that was so horrible and so wrong and should have never been said or even talked about or even discussed, you should be angry at the person who said those things, not me. But if you feel like you need to put your anger on someone, go ahead. My shoulders are big. I can take it. I can take it for little Rosie. But don't come in acting all sanctimonious. You grieve your way, and you let everyone else grieve their own way. And at the same time, watch around you. Watch what people are posting. Watch the people who are saying the things that they're saying. And I'm sorry doesn't always fix it. Remember that. I'm sure I have a lot more to say, but for right now, this is it. And I do want to leave this with I wish everyone love, peace, and happiness. And I hope and I pray that one day that can happen on this platform. But, you know, as of right now, I don't see that happening. And I don't know that it ever will. But I'll keep praying that it does because this platform should never be used just to drag someone ever. And that's what some people's whole channels are about. And on that note, I wish you all best. Goodbye.